Generic greetings, a little bit of an impromptu video for you here because I'm still in the middle of my couple of weeks break slash self-imposed YouTube exile. However, I thought you may appreciate a quick preview video on this game here, Atomic Society. It is a post-apocalyptic town building game, but it sets itself apart from other games of the genre in a couple of ways, which we'll get to during the video. Now, it's still in early access, it's recently been released into that, and basically it isn't finished. There's going to be bugs, and there's certainly missing features, which are listed on their website as well as the store page, which as always are linked in the video description below. I've played about an hour and 20 minutes of the game, so this is certainly a quick preview only, not any sort of full review, just to make that clear right out of the gate. So let's just go to new and I'll show you a bit of the game and you can decide whether it's something for yourself or not. So new, and first thing right from the get-go, we are doing something quite different. We are creating an avatar for, well, ourselves in the game. So we have to create a character and you can randomly generate it, so you can just go, that's us there, and you can have different names. So Grace Ali, age 30, and then you can set your belief system as well, which is going to be Rastafarian, apparently. So we have a quick briefing. So the war destroyed everything, law and order became a distant memory, blah blah blah. We left a bunker and we're going to set something up. Moderate difficulty, we won't turn the tutorial on, and then again we now select something which is a bit different from your normal post-apocalyptic stuff, because normally you're set in basically a barren desert, whereas this one we can be in like a floodplain or a tundra. We're just going to say random and we'll see what it gives us. And let's see if it screws or not. It's randomly generated, so that can go all kinds of bad. So I'm just going to pause the game and we can see we're in some sort of nice verdant area. Actually, that's quite nice, although getting resources is going to be a bit of a nightmare. So we are up this mountain here. We are somewhere in this lot. So if I press space, oh, there we are. That's our character there. And this is where you switch between two modes. So your normal way of playing these sort of games is you sort of top-down, God mode. You issue, and you give an order, and then it's just, you know, undertaken by whoever. However, in this game, you will be doing that as well as switching between your character, and you'll be running around and directly controlling them and issuing them more direct orders, which is interesting. So we'll pause that, and we will have to set up a base. So you've got yourself, and you've got a couple of builders, and the rest of the people are just, well, just like people who've strung along, and they're not as productive, shall we say, as yourself and the main builders. So the first thing you need to do is have a look around, and you need to establish a base. Now that there is straight away just shouting out to be a base, but is it a good place to be? Well, let's have a quick look around. You need to gather resources, and it's things like wood and metal and batteries and all the misc stuff. So this one here, for example, gives you masonry and metal. The car over here will give us batteries and metal. This one over here will give us lumber, metal, masonry, and misc. What is that actually? That is, ooh, it's under the ground, and oh, that's kind of bad. Oh, it is actually a building by the look of it. It's just really sunken down. So we're not going to use that for our outpost. What else have we got? There's a board over there which gives us lumber, and then we've got a pylon here. Metal and masonry. Okay. So that's our resources, alright. Oh, and we've also got that there as well, which is lumber and metal. Right, so I think this is definitely going to be our storehouse. So we're gonna set that semi-detached house, and well, semi-detached. I'm fairly sure that is fully detached. I mean, I know I'm no estate agent, but if I was going to sell that, I would probably say fully detached studio property, excellent views, very few neighbours, may need a bit of work, and we will say convert to a standard size storehouse, which is now going to crack on. I'm going to say help construct that, and what will happen is our character will head over there, and you can see they're running over here. Now I'm going to directly control them like so. And, oh, after leaving the bunker, travel to a remote area, avoiding the dangerous cities. Most of the survivors gathered in isolated, safe regions like this. We'll say close, and we're going to head down. I'm going to speed up to max speed, like so, and we'll head down here. Now, I don't think there's any sort of limit in how far you can go down. Can we just go down here? And yes, we can. Can we go up? No, we can't. Okay, that's fair. That's fair enough. Actually, can we? Because there is a bit of a bug where sometimes it just stops moving, your character. But anyway, we'll get over here and then we'll crack on with this. Now, if we look back, we should see a stream of people coming down. That's not the case. Okay, fine. Let's just crack on. So we'll say help out, and then we'll go into normal speed while I explain the rest of the UI and such. That's getting constructed. That's fine. On the bottom left, we have all of the needs. So you can see we've got water, food, health, housing, and entertainment. This one here, if it's above here, then they're extremely satisfied, everything's good. If it's in this sort of middle zone, then people are sort of the content, but they're not overly enthused about it. And if it goes below here, then people start dying. And yes, you can die from lack of entertainment. Literally die from boredom, I believe. Now, in order to obviously get these fulfilled, you need to build different buildings, which we'll be building from this menu here, which we can't get access to because we need to have that first. And in order to do that, we need resources, which we will gather from around the place, which, strangely, you can't gather lumber from trees. I don't know whether there's an option for it, or actually, we probably need to build a station to do that, like a lumber station or whatever. But you can salvage it from different places. So let's just have a look to see if the people have followed us. I'm guessing they're... Yeah, yes, they are. You can see they're streaming towards us there. We've forged our way ahead. Actually, we could have set up shop up there. That would have been a really nice view. But anyway, we're here now, so we'll just have to put up and shut up. You've got news, so you can see what's happened. So Ryan Burns died of old age without anybody caring for them. Same again for Greg Hagier. And you get different like news logs and things like that. You've also got goals as well, which at this point we don't really care about. But it's just, you know, ticky boxes saying, yep, when they're all these good, basically you've completed it, so well done. Yeah, one thing you should expect from the get-go, right out of the gate, is that people are going to die in this game. It's completely inevitable, and quite frankly, it's very, very common. It's not games like RimWorld or anything where you might have like 4 or 5 colonists to start off with, and then, you know, it can go up to sort of like 10, 20, and losing a couple is a big blow. In this, you know, if say like 30 people die of dysentery or something, then it's obviously you're not doing too well, but it just can happen. And but the thing is, more people will turn up, so it's I don't know if it's trying to make a statement on that. I don't know whether it's saying that, yeah, people in this world are disposable or something, or whether it's just, I don't know whether it's deliberate or not. But either way, just expect it. So right, so we need to name the settlement. G settlement, and boom, there we go. And we will now gather resources. Or do you want to build something first? Actually, what we'll do is we'll pause it here, and we will go to building. So you can see there's all different types of things you can build. So you got statues, artworks, storehouses, scavenger huts. We want a scavenger hut, I think, first. So we need masonry, metal, and lumber. Well, we know that we can get metal batteries, lumber, and metal, but we need masonry. So we probably need to go over to there. So I'm going to directly control our character once more. Hang on, why are we not going towards them? There we go. And I will unpause it, and I will go, and we will head off over here, because all of the people behind us are coming towards where we've just set up shop anyway. So they'll get there eventually. So we're going to head over here, and we'll scavenge some resources, and then we'll head back. So I'll click on that. We want to scavenge it. So scavenge, we've got lumber, we've got metal, we've got masonry, and oh, we found a backpack as well. So while searching the room, you discovered a rare item that can boost your capabilities. Mouse up to see what it does. So this increases our inventory size, which is excellent. And we are now full, so we will head back. As I said, you can just, if I wanted to, I can just sort of press space and just issue them an order to go back. So deposit in the nearest storehouse. They are not doing that. Are you going to do that? Deposit. Okay, I'll just do it manually. You can see the people streaming down there. They are coming over here. I tend to find that by the time you set up shop, a lot of the resources will be at low. So deposit. There we go. And we've deposited it. Pause again. Right. Let's build a... Do you want to build a scavenger hut? I think we do want to build a scavenger hut. So we'll place this around. So you can see it automatically deforms the terrain and stuff. Where am I going to place this scavenger hut? I will pause it for a second. And that's not what I wanted to do. I will cancel the construction. We haven't used any supplies on it yet, because we've just placed it, so we should be alright to place another one down. No, we did use some resources by placing it there. Darn it. Okay, I guess I'm going to go for another run over here, which isn't really a problem. But that is quite annoying. But we'll be alright. We'll manage. Keep moving. And then we'll salvage. So we'll savage the building. There's some masonry. I want more masonry. It's random what you get here. But there we go, we're now full, and then we'll just head back. And because we've got a medium backpack, we can carry a bit more, which is good. So, once we get here, you can see there's people all sort of milling around the area. We'll need to... There we go. See the game? Oh, it's when you mouse over something, it just stops, which is strange. So we'll say dump all that, and there we go. So, we will get ourselves a scavenger hut, which I will put... it doesn't really matter where we put it, or does it? It sort of does. I want it... I like the idea of it being sort of over here. And we'll place that. And what happens is we can manually build it ourselves, or we can help build it ourselves rather, which I will head over here and do. Actually, I'll just say you can see we've got engineers assigned to it, but we'll just say help do it ourselves, and we'll probably end up building it faster than the engineers can even get there. Yeah, it's really, really slow. I find that the speed at which you walk and the speed at which the time goes, it feels a little bit disjointed at times. Like we're on day 35, it can take you a day to walk there to there, and yeah. So this is now done. We will pause it and we will assign workers. I will just say employ workers, and it's just going to get people and employ them to that. So they're going to go and scavenge. You can focus on certain things. So for example, I can say from this one, I can say do you want to focus on lumber, metal, masonry, all that sort of thing. For now, though, what we want to probably do is build a well. So it's going to be water well, which we don't have the masonry for. So once again, we're going to head out. Is that got masonry? Metal and masonry, yes. So instead of going and getting the house over the other side of the hill, we're going to start ripping down this this tower here. So scavenge. Metal and masonry. Good, a lot of masonry, which is good. I wouldn't normally recommend taking masonry out of a big tower like that. It's probably illegal in the place where you live, and also quite dangerous. So yeah, I would avoid that at all costs, really. So there's that placed. I will now build a water well. So we'll just place a water well. I like it just outside here. I tend to make like a bit of a roundhouse type thing where we have the buildings going around and there's like water in the middle. So there's people assigned to that. I'm just going to say crack on and let our leader build that as well. So the buildings, when you place them, they will have a building condition which will slowly go down. I find that I often later in the game spend a lot of my time running around repairing them, but you can get more engineers and stuff, so it's not too much of a problem. So we're going to have water, which is good because you can see that's quite low. We then need to work on food and then probably some housing. In terms of... Ooh, is that someone that's died there? That is someone that's died from the plague, I believe. Yes, this is something you will find a lot of, as I mentioned earlier. Not having a bit of a smelly sleep. I'm talking about, yeah, dying on the side of a mountain, which is not ideal. We've got useful tips you can turn on. This is also, like, you got a tutorial as well, which is adequate. You can turn that on the tutorial on as well. It seems to do the job. It tells you all of the basics. And is it raining? I thought there was a bit of rain there. Actually, I don't know about weather. I can't remember if I've experienced that in the game or not. There's our water well. We're going to assign all the workers we can to that. And there we go. Then we're also now going to build... Well, we've got a water well, but we need food. So food, we've got rusty... Hang on, that's not food. That's boosters. A greenhouse or a livestock ranch. So greenhouse produces 12 fruit and veg per cycle. 20-day cycle. Livestock ranch is 40 times butchered meat per cycle. Good food source. Dew collector, not as good as the well, I don't think. It's not as it is better in terms of its productivity, but only by 1, because it's 4 days and 3 water, or 12 days and 10 water, so we're getting 1 extra out of it. But I'll probably build one of those later on. Let's go for a greenhouse, because we need we need to get food sooner rather than later. I'm going to place it probably, you can rotate them around, probably there, and then I think we'll build 2. Actually, I think we will build more than that. Greenhouse. And there we go. We got good spacing because, quite frankly, we're not exactly... we don't exactly have a problem, do we, when it comes to space? Anyway, let's get our main character over there. There we go. Come on. You do get trapped on people sometimes. There we go. And there's them buildings. So that'll have... We've got water, not sorted, but we're getting there. Food, yes. Health, that is an issue. Same as, well, pretty much everything else. However, I'm also running out of resources. It would be nice if these here would change colour if you had the resources. So you can see the resources we need over on the right there. So masonry, metal, etc. It would be nice if we saw some of that, though. It went like lighting up here to say whether you can build it or not. So now we're going to build something that, again, sets this game apart a little bit from others, and we're going to build a... Where is it? Town hall. There we go. And a town hall allows us to set laws. I like the town hall being on the edge there. That'll look quite good. So we'll assign workers to that and workers to that. You can click on people, right click, and you can see the name. So Artram Mallet, male, 57, task delivering, see where the work and things are at. Belief, Satanist, I believe that was. And there's a Rastafarian. Is that damaged? No. You can see what we're working here. So going to work, going to salvage ruined utility pole, and that'll be the utility pole, I believe. It's called a ruined pylon. Oh, so also it'll be that. There you go. And you've got a maximum number of salvage in there, so you will eventually exhaust that. And look at all that. Wow. That's all kinds of bad. I mean, I did say that you'll find that this happens. Maybe that's just me being garbage. Let's assume that before blaming the game. Anyway, so we now have a town hall. So this is where we can now start changing things like laws. We can now issue, basically bang the gavel, issue an edict or a law and say that this is how it is. So, for example, we got murder, slavery, euthanasia, vegetarians, transgender, drug dealers, all this sort of stuff. And you can basically go, this is the way I want it to be. So murder. We click on that and we say, right, issue murder. What happens? So, murder. We've caught citizens killing men, women and children. The killers claim it to be in self-defense or for the good of the town, but we'll never know. So, solution, currently, execution. We can change it. So, let's say short prison, long prison, tolerate or encourage. So, it is allowing you to basically set up whatever sort of settlement you want. It doesn't seem to shy away from it as either. It doesn't say, yeah, just encourage murder. Why not? Yeah. And what will happen if we do that? Side effect, well, result, first advisor, what's not loved about people who do this sort of thing? Let's educate the people of this town. We don't just tolerate this kind of life choice, but we love it. Okay. Groups of migrants seeking sanctuary is a side effect. News spread, survivors in the wasteland start hearing rumours that we're a sanctuary where they can get away with this. They'll be crawling with similar people before long. So, yeah, that's going to have an effect on the town. I can't say whether it's positive, but it's there. So you've got things like short prison, long prison, that sort of thing. You got things like slavery. What do you want to do if people are enslaved? Do you want to encourage slavery? Do you want to execute people to do it? Do you want to say short lane prison or toleration? Tolerate. You say, yeah, go on then. Not encourage though, and that will shift the type of people you get and also how the town acts and stuff like that. So that's yeah, pretty good. Some of this isn't in the game, I don't think. Not become an issue in your town yet. Issue. I think some of them are locked in there. You've also got your belief system, so you can say we've got, well, you can see we've got things like how many people are agnostics. We've got an 18% agnostic population, and we're currently only 12% for Rastafari. You can educate, tolerate, and you can exile people as well. So you can say, right, we are now going to exile all the Buddhists, because that might be a choice you want to make. I don't know why, but I mean it's an option for you. And you also have your stats as well, so how many people have died and what they've died of, and what type of defences you've got, and the issues as well. So core issues at the moment is certainly homelessness. You can see there's a huge talk about that, so we need to resolve all that. So, for example, murder, I'm going to say, if you commit murder in this place, we will go for, we'll say, oh, we can't do execution, or we can't do any of these, actually, because we don't have the building that we require. So if you wanted to say encourage, we need an info station. You want to say execution, we need a punishment center. So we can go quite brutal if we really wanted to. So we can say build, and then, where is it? It is in... punishment center there. So it is literally gallows. It's literally gallows, and you put it right next to it. So we're going for a sort of very brutal sort of harsh, what I would class as sort of Fallout 1 and 2 levels of like you know, you commit murder, guess what? Sorry, we don't have the resources to keep you in jail, blah blah, gone. But the whole point is you can make your own decisions and play those out. So, ooh, why have I not? Oh, because I've why are you going? Why are you not going there? Are you going to go round the well? You are going to go around the well. Fair enough. And we'll press space and let them crack on with that one. So there's the two, I think, main differences that this game seems to exhibit from a lot of other town building games. You've got the law stuff, which I know has been touched on in other games, but it does seem to go from one extreme to the other. And you've also got your sort of third person run around with your avatar and your character and do that sort of thing. It can get very micromanagey towards the later part of it, where you run around repairing stuff, but that may be just due to my past experience of probably not building enough of the builder's yards. So it'll take on the role, yeah. So you basically, the builder's yard gives you more engineers, so maybe it was that. Overall, I'm enjoying what I'm playing. I like the options. I like the fact that you do have your sort of own avatar in the game. I'm assuming they can't die, but it's never happened yet. You will have, I believe, raiders, but I've not yet experienced it. You can build defenses. You've got weaponsmiths. You've got guard towers. You have to obviously fill all these needs. You'll have different events, and yeah. And some of the downsides, feels very rough around the edges in places, but that's sort of to be expected for a game at this release state, and obviously in early access and that, and obviously it'll be actively worked on. There are certainly features missing that they have mentioned, and it's not the best looking game in the world. It really isn't, but I mean, it's just what it is, I guess. Either way, that is a bit of Atomic Society. If you want to check it out, then links are in the description, so you can grab it. As I said, it is in early access, so it isn't finished. What you see here is not final. It'll be changed and, you know, chopped and changed, and hopefully bugs squished and that sort of thing, and new features added. But there you go. Hope you have enjoyed the video and what you see. Links are in the description, as I said before, so you can check it out if you do so desire. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.